Welcome to the Workamper Show, a podcast devoted to helping you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. I'm Steve Anderson, the president of Workamper News. Each one of our episodes will either introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to opportunities to work short-term jobs. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Thanks, Steve, and happy Thanksgiving. Today we have a fun interview planned with a millennial couple who has been full-time RVing for several years and working for a business while traveling. This episode is sponsored by the National RV Training Academy in Athens, Texas. The Academy's one-week live training or home study course will teach you everything you need to know to fix about 80% of the problems people experience with their RVs. You can also sign up for additional training to become an RV inspector, campground technician, or provide mobile RV service. For more information, visit www.nrvta.com. Jody and Luke Duquette have been RVing together since the summer of 2012. At first they used a fifth wheel, but recently switched to a Class C motorhome. They both work for Workamper News. Jody is the editor of the bi-monthly magazine and oversees graphic design. Luke is responsible for all the technology that supports the business and the website. Both of them help with marketing and branding. They describe their modifications they made to the RV to facilitate running a business from their motorhome and creating a space for their pets. Jody and Luke explain some of the challenges they face working from the road and offer tips to help others improve that experience. After having spent a summer in Alaska, they describe some situations they faced while traveling, as well as what it takes to remain successfully married while sharing a rather confined space. They share a common hobby, and that's a love of microbreweries. The Duquettes suggest some apps they found that make traveling and the RV lifestyle more enjoyable. So, to let them tell their story their way in their words, please welcome Jody and Luke Duquette to the show. Thanks for joining us today, Jody and Luke. I really appreciate you taking the time. You guys have been RVing for a long time, haven't you?
Oh, I wouldn't say a long time.
Yeah, maybe a long time, perhaps for our age demographic.
Yeah.
We are a younger RVer couple. I know that's becoming more prominent in the industry, but we went on our first RV adventure in summer of 2012. So it's been about 7 years now, if I'm doing the math on that correctly.
Yeah, man. I guess that's a little bit of a long time.
Yeah.
Did you guys grow up RVing?
Nope. Neither one of us ever did any RVing until that summer.
Okay.
And, we borrowed the parents' RV, Jody's parents' RV. They'd only had it a short time, and took off to Yellowstone. Had ourselves an adventure. And then a year after that, we ended up buying a fifth wheel. So in 2013, we got our first RV.
So what type of RV do you use?
Well, we started with that fifth wheel, and we had that for about 4 years-ish. No, 5 years? Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
And decided we were ready to settle back into a house and sold it. And then before the year was even over, we bought another one. We got a Class C, and that's what we're in now.
What kind is it?
Right now we have, it's a Thor Quantum. It's a 30-foot Class C. And we really enjoyed our fifth wheel and liked that a lot. We got the fifth wheel just because we were able to get something, what we felt was a nice quality unit without, because Class A motorhomes at the time were just out of budget for us. And we didn't think we wanted a Class C at that time. So we ended up with the fifth wheel. And we were more stationary for our first, for most of our RVing, really, we were more so stationary. So the fifth wheel was great for that, in that it was basically a little apartment that we were living in. And then we did some major travel for a couple years out of the time we had the fifth wheel, and it just wasn't as conducive. We didn't have a generator, so we couldn't boondock as easily. So once we were ready to get rid of the fifth wheel and be in a sticks and bricks house for a while, once we got the bug to start RVing again, we knew we wanted to go motorhome this time and have the generator. So just feel more confident in boondocking. And it's also been better for our pets, our cats that travel with us. So.
Okay. Have you made any modifications to this RV to facilitate working from it or running a business from it?
This is a great question, and I have absolutely.
Yeah.
Starting with the fifth wheel, we had it was a front living fifth wheel. It had opposing slides in the front in the living room area, and both of the slides had a couch. I took one of those couches out and replaced it with an adjustable height desk, just a basic.
It was a table, really.
Yeah, it was a table, adjustable height lifetime plastic table. I ended up screwing a computer keyboard tray to the bottom.
Yeah.
And because it was adjustable height, it worked in that slide out. That slide out had like a 6-inch lip that was higher than the actual floor. So it was kind of awkward. So that's where the adjustable height came into play. But that worked great. Could set up 3 monitors on there.
Yeah, it was a nice big desk space for you.
It was awesome.
And we just had a rolling computer chair that sat in front of it. And that was great. Oh, and we took the dinette table out. It was just a table with 4 individual chairs. It wasn't the classic RV dinette with a booth style. So we just took the table and chairs out, and we put a table there for me to have a desk. So that table had a little keyboard tray and stuff.
Yeah.
And where the table was for the freestanding chairs, there were some straps. So there were like hooks in the floor and then some straps so you could strap your dining table chairs down. So we just used those straps to strap our office chairs down. So the fifth wheel really we walked into the fifth wheel and they had a space that was designated as the quote desk. And we kind of just laughed at it. Yeah. I don't know who would use that as a desk, but it was pretty cute. So we just used that, I think, for our printer to sit on. That's about how big it was. So, but that was cool. But in this Class C, we really haven't modified it a lot as far as making it the workspace better. We have a booth style dinette in this one, and we did add a monitor to that with like a clamped on
like
arm thing.
Arm mount or whatever you'd call that.
Yeah,
so desk mount.
We can at least one of us can sit at the desk with a second monitor, but there really wasn't a lot of room in this Class C. We wanted to leave the couch and the table as it was just for the comfort factor. So we mostly just modified this Class C for our cats. They received the benefit of the customization this time.
Okay. Super. How much do you think it cost you, or did you spend on modifying and customizing your RV?
Doing the office stuff was pretty cheap because all we did was take out a couple things, and we were easy, taking the couch out and the table out. We were able to just put them back in. We were ready to resell. So luckily that was no big toot. So it was just buying the tables, and we already had the chairs.
A couple $100 on that.
Yeah. So the fifth wheel customization was pretty easy. With the Class C,
I mean, again, the desk mount arm.
Yeah, that wasn't too much.
$80 or something, and
yeah. Okay. And as far as customizing for the cats,
I spent quite a bit of time and effort and money on customizing things for the cats.
A few $100s to create a cat bathroom and some cat trees and carpeted things to play with. So we definitely spent a few $100s on that project for sure.
Probably 5.
Probably 5. Yeah.
Spent more on the cats than we did setting ourselves up for work.
But that's how it goes, right? We love our kitty.
That's right. So what do you like most about the RV lifestyle?
Oh gosh, there's so much to like about it. I mean, traveling and not having to pack a suitcase, not having to fly and go through airport security, being able to stay in places for extended periods of time, cooking at home versus eating out all the time. The ability for the cats to come with us.
Yeah, that's a big one because it's always, sometimes you can find good pet sitters or maybe your family's willing to take care of your pets for you, but just not having to be away from them for long periods of time is nice. And like Luke said, we like exploring places. If we're going to go to Utah, we want to be in Utah and maybe spend a week in each of the national parks. Because when we go places, we want to, get a good experience, not just drive through on the interstate and say we were there. So I think it just allows us to keep things interesting as well. It was a great way to experience different areas of the country to help us decide where we did want to have a sticks and bricks house again. So again, it just gave us the time and the flexibility to do that.
Right. The cats are important. Everybody who's going to watch them has to go through a vetting process where the cats approve who gets to serve them for that week. Exactly.
They're very particular.
So how long did it take for you to launch into the full-time RV lifestyle when you first decided you wanted to do this?
Yeah.
Well, it was funny. We weren't planning on going full-time when we bought the fifth wheel. We just wanted to have the ability to travel some for work and for play. And we had a house and a mortgage, and then we had the loan on the fifth wheel, and it was just sitting in the yard, sitting there, perfectly good for living in, but us not living in it. So it just started to gnaw at us.
It did. Why? It felt silly to have like the duplicated expenses.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think it wasn't maybe 6 or 8 months before we decided, let's try and move into the fifth wheel and see if we can sell the house. And
it was just, we wanted to get debt free. We'd been, kind of a little bit doing the Dave Ramsey thing, as many folks do. And so we got some of our smaller bills paid off. And then we knew as we got to some of those bigger loans that we needed to do something a little more strategic and
more drastic.
Yeah, a little more drastic. Yeah. So, we were spending a lot of time at work, and we weren't really enjoying our sticks and bricks house a whole lot. We weren't spending a lot of time there. So it just kind of made sense for us to move into the fifth wheel. So
sure.
Yeah, it was kind of a gradual process, but once we decided to move in, I guess we really just kind of did.
Mm-hmm. And now you have both a sticks and bricks and an RV again?
We do right now. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
We have a rental house up in Washington State, in a town called Squim. It's over on the Olympic Peninsula. And it's just beautiful out there. But just doing the rental house, gives us that flexibility still. We do travel in our RV, and we have quite a bit this year. We just got our Class C in December, but then we were gone all summer, and we're on another RV trip right now. But having that rental house, if we decide we want to move somewhere else again, then just doing the rental allows us the flexibility of saying, well, it's been nice, landlords, but we're going to go somewhere else. And the RV, gives us that time or maybe some transition time. If we did just want to live in our RV again for a while, we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but the Class C isn't quite as livable. I don't think we really want a full time in it. So it's nice to be able to go back home to the sticks and bricks and unload and
spread out
a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Take a nice shower.
Yeah.
So when you are traveling, what do you do to support your family?
We work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you work campers?
Yeah, we are work campers. So for quite some time now, we've had our own little small business. I do graphic design. Luke does website design. And we just kind of help with marketing and branding. We have a few select clients. We worked a long time for Workamper News, my family's business. And so when we transitioned into doing more traveling, we just became contractors and kind of did some work for them as we traveled around. And we've picked up a few clients along the way. We have a mobile RV tech friend that we do, his website and video, his YouTube channel and things like that, social media. So luckily the work that we do is computer and internet based. So we have the ability to do that anywhere we have internet connection, which has been, even in Alaska, we were impressed at how the cell service was. And we pretty much have been able to stay connected most everywhere we've been.
That's something that has changed in the past 10 years. And gotten much better as each year goes along. I mean, all you need is electricity and an internet connection, and you can live and work on the road full time, traveling everywhere you want to go, when you want to go. And that's what I like about the lifestyle.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, very much, very much. Lots of flexibility there. And, if you can find something that you enjoy doing, whether it was something you went to school for or a career that you've had, you might have some skills and things where you could create that and be, a consultant or something and just have your own entity, small business to, allow you to take your skills and serve others with your skills.
Mm-hmm. What's the most fun you've had while RVing?
Probably this last summer.
Man, last summer in Alaska was pretty epic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love Alaska. There's a Kodak moment around every corner.
That's right.
Very true. Very true. We had a great experience up there. And we traveled with some friends, which added to the fun. Sometimes a little more stressful traveling with others, but overall it was a really great experience. But I think Alaska and we've seen some amazing sites in Colorado, and probably Utah was one of our. Utah is just so diverse in what it has. All the different rock formations and things like that. So we do tend to find mountains. Is really kind of what we're interested in. So.
Utah has everything but a gas station. I mean, you can go days between gas stations in Utah.
Luckily, we never ran out of gas. Whew, so we did okay.
Sure. So have there been any challenges you've experienced while working or traveling? And how'd you resolve those?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, RVs have problems, so definitely have lots of challenges with RVs, whether they're brand new or used or whatever. I mean, I could run you through a couple of issues we've had maintenance-wise on the RVs, but I mean, there's always something going wrong. And I don't like to take the RV back to the dealership. I feel like they never do things right or well, and I could do it better myself and not have to be out the time and money. So I try to fix things myself, which adds to my frustration many times. But
but luckily, there's some good resources. There's some legitimate RV technicians making good videos on YouTube, and some other, good resources in the industry if you do want to try to do things on your own to handle your own RV maintenance. Because there are a lot of things that go wrong with RVs, and it seems like a big deal, but if you just have a better understanding of how the systems work in your RV and kind of how everything goes together, you have a lot less stress, and you kind of know where to start with the troubleshooting, and oftentimes you are able to resolve it yourself. So it's just with anything, there's a learning curve to it, and you just have to be prepared to handle it. And I know too, something to consider is especially if you are a couple or a family wanting to embark on the RV lifestyle, maybe especially full-time RVing. You have to make sure you like being with those people that you're going to be with in a much smaller living environment.
Does that include your spouse?
I'm sorry, what?
Does that include your spouse?
Absolutely, it includes your spouse. And, every marriage or partnership is different. Some folks really enjoy each of us go off to our jobs in the day, and we're away from each other most of the day, and then we just spend a few hours in the evening together, and that might work best for them. While with RVing, you're likely going to be in close quarters a lot more hours of the day. So just be prepared to experience that if that is a change in your lifestyle for you. So just something to keep in mind. Hopefully you enjoy being with your spouse 24/7, but if not, then maybe living in 300 square feet isn't going to be right for you. Luckily for us, it really wasn't a challenge for us. So we didn't have to overcome that. We were used to spending time together all the time anyway, living and working together.
I think living in an RV has to be better than, say, living on a boat. There are some people who just hit the open seas, and they're in very cramped quarters, probably about the same size as an RV, but it's hard to take a walk if you just need some alone time. So how do you guys handle this kind of thing when you're in so close? I mean, to maintain that positive relationship, what do you do?
Sure. That's a good question. We're really getting deep psychologically here, Greg. I like this. Let's dig into this. We're
both kind of passive aggressive, so we tend to kind of bicker, but never really have blow up arguments where one of us has to go take a walk.
Oh, that's good.
And
we're pretty easy to get along with.
We kind of we try to always work together. Like we're a team, like it's not. It doesn't matter who does the chores. Like, we'll both take the trash out. We'll both clean the litter box. We'll both do dishes. Typically Luke cooks more, thankfully. I think that's probably one of the reasons why we do well, because Luke does do most of the cooking. But yeah, I mean, and RVs are small, but you can still kind of make your own space in it if you need time. If he's working on a project, I can go back in the bedroom and put my earphones in to listen to my TV show if I don't want to bother him. So, it's just being respectful for each other's space. Yeah. If your partner is maybe doing something and doesn't want to be disturbed. So,
do you pursue any hobbies while you're on the road?
I mean, our hobbies are kind of the traveling, really. Like, I enjoy researching places to go and figuring out how to get there and what to do when we get there.
Is drinking beer at breweries a hobby? Because we sure do that a lot.
It sure is. That is a big thing for RVers. Because this really, if you like those independent microbrew places, Absolutely. Every region of the country has different ones with different flavors that they're known for. So yeah, absolutely. And the same thing with wineries. If you guys like to drink wine, I mean, just going around to all these little tiny wineries is a big thing that people love to do.
Yeah, and we've been collecting coasters from all the different breweries we've gone to on our travels, and someday we'd like to build a bar top or something.
Oh, there you go.
So that's kind of cool. Bring back all those memories of all those RV trips. So.
But it is nice because it's usually a way to support, a small or local business wherever we go. We don't typically look for the chain restaurants and things like that. So it is nice to know that you're usually supporting a local entrepreneur visiting a brewery or a winery. Usually.
And so I think, you get much better food too. I mean, if you're going to go there's nothing wrong with Red Lobster, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you're going to be in Maine, there are 1,000 places to go to get really good lobster dishes.
Yeah.
And
so there's gotta be.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, please.
Okay. I was just going to say, with our fifth wheel, when we traveled more, the year or so that we spent really having some fun, Luke would drive the truck and the fifth wheel, and then I drove our SUV. And behind our SUV, I towed a little trailer with our two dual sport motorcycles on it. So that was a fun hobby that we brought with us on the road for a while. So
I think that's what made Utah so much fun.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah. With the motorcycles, we were just able to, explore parts of every area that we went to in a little different way. You just see things differently when you're on a motorcycle versus driving in a car. And we're not avid hikers, so this allowed us to kind of get out on some trails and stuff that maybe we wouldn't normally have been able to. So that was a fun way to take one of our hobbies on the road with us.
Good call.
Have you found any apps or accessory equipment things that have really enhanced the RV lifestyle for you?
Yeah, I think for
Definitely.
Sure. Definitely tire pressure monitoring systems to make sure that your tires are not about to blow out on you. We did have a valve stem leak on our trailer tire on our fifth wheel once, and the TPMS let me know, hey, I'm losing pressure. Better find out what's wrong. So I was able to pull over and get the tools out and tighten that valve stem back up. And I wouldn't have known that without the TPMS, and that would have been a terrible thing to,
Right. That happened to me. I had a tire go flat, and I did not have that system on. And people were pulling up, pointing to the back of my RV, like frantically. So I pulled over and fortunately at an exit where there was a car repair station that we could get that in and out. But my goodness, if I had gone another 5 minutes, it would have been a different situation. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
That can definitely do some damage. So it's mostly been, kind of preventative safety, things like that, the tire pressure system, and then the we like the SurgeGuard brand EMS, the electrical management systems. We use the ones that you plug into the pedestal and then you plug your power cord into that.
Mm-hmm.
So we use that to just kind of safeguard everything electrical in our RV.
Yeah, because we did actually have an issue once in a campground in Forks, Washington, where the power, I don't even know what happened. We tried to figure it out, but we ended up frying the converter in the RV and couple of appliances, nothing too major, but like our Keurig coffee pot, little space heater, and an electric blanket, and just some random things got burnt up.
So things are going to happen. You can't control, what those park pedestals are, or the conditions around the town even.
And then I would also say a GPS system dedicated to the RV. I mean, you can use your phone, and that's great, but in your phone, you can't say how long or how tall you are necessarily.
Yeah.
And just knowing that the GPS is pointing us on roads that aren't going to, take us under a bridge that's 9 foot tall and scrape the roof off or the air conditioner or whatever. That's nice to know.
A good sense of security. Yeah.
Yeah,
and we also, Techno RV has a lot of really good products for RVers, and they've helped us a lot with these preventative maintenance products, helping us get them set up and answering our questions and whatnot. So we've really appreciated their support on that, and they have some other items that we haven't taken advantage of yet, like cell boosters and Wi-Fi boosters. But luckily, we haven't quite had a need for those yet. But there might be, some other folks who are listening to this, if you are really reliant and need a strong Wi-Fi or cellular speed, then those might be other items to look into. And Technomadia as well is a really great couple that offer information too, I think, about staying connected on the road. So that's kind of some items. And as far as apps go, I use the Allstays app for finding travel centers, campgrounds, and some other resources like that. And then I posted very avidly on campgroundreviews.com or rvparkreviews.com. I think either URL goes to their site. But I think that's a really great resource for our viewers as well, because you're able to share more specifically, answering a lot of questions more specifically about RV sites to put information on. I think is a good resource too.
Okay, very good. That's a lot of nice stuff and a lot of helpful tips. Thank you very much.
Good.
So what state do you consider to be your domicile, and why did you pick that?
Well, right now we're currently residents of Washington State, have been for about 2 years. We picked it because after all of our travels, we really liked Seattle and wanted to be in that area. And Sequim was about 2.5 hours away and was the closest place we could find a long-term RV site. And after staying there for a couple of months, we really liked Sequim and thought, we're kind of in between the beautiful Olympic Mountains and Olympic National Park and Seattle. And it's beautiful here. The weather's great. And so we found a rental house. And, a nice advantage is that there's no state income tax in Washington. So a lot of RVers do actually pick Washington as a domicile state. So
yeah.
Well, I love Washington. It's very pretty. And I've always been reluctant to spend a lot of time there because it rains all the time and it's cloudy. But I understand that Sequim is kind of a different place in Washington, that it doesn't get the precipitation that the rest of the state does. Is that true?
That is true.
Oh,
You've done your research, Greg. Good job.
Now everybody knows. Everybody's going to come and flock into Sequim.
Yeah, don't tell everybody. No. Yeah, I guess just the way the town is positioned, it's in what's called a rain shadow off of the mountain. So when the precipitation does come around, it usually just kind of dissipates around us. And, a town 20 minutes down the road gets exponentially more rain than we do.
Yep.
So, but we're blessed to be in sunny Sequim.
Yep.
That's neat. Very good. How do you manage your mail and banking when you're traveling?
Sure. So we've done it a couple ways.
We have.
When we were full-time RVers, we were domiciled in Arkansas, as that's where we'd been living. And we found a mail forwarding service in our town. And so we used that as much as we could for our address. So our mail went there. As far as our domicile address, like what went on our driver's license, we actually used my parents' home address because that mail forwarding service couldn't offer us a physical address to go on our driver's licenses.
Yeah, and it wasn't really technically a mail forwarding service. It was just a private mailbox service.
That's true.
And they offered to take our mail whenever we call and put it into a flat rate envelope and mail it to us. So in that regard, it was a mail forwarding service, but it wasn't really.
True. Not as official as something like Escapees RV Club is, not that official.
Yeah, but there's probably services like that in most towns.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one in Sequim as well that we've talked to about potentially doing that for us as well. But in Sequim, we have a P.O. box, and we have great neighbors next door at our Sticks and Bricks house, and our neighbor Sabrina likes to go to the P.O. box and check it for us, and
Yeah.
and let us know if there's anything important there. Most of the time, we don't get very much important mail.
It's true.
We do so much online anymore, and that goes the same for banking. We rarely have to go to a bank, but if we do have U.S. Bank, and they're pretty much everywhere. And their website's great. You can do so much stuff on their website. So.
And that was one reason why we picked them, is because we figured we'd be able to find a branch in most places.
Yeah.
And I'll also add to the mailing thing, the U.S. Postal Service, not every post office offers this, but they do have a service, it's free, that you can sign up for, where they will scan the front of envelopes that you receive and send you an email with a picture of that scan. I will say it's not super reliable. I've gotten quite a few emails where it says, you're getting something in your mailbox, but there's no picture of it. And you're like, oh, okay, that's not super helpful, but thanks.
Yes, me
but
too.
At least, occasionally you can see what's coming to you. So that helps a little bit in knowing what's coming.
Okay. What are some of the perks that you've enjoyed as a mobile business owner?
Sure. I guess just the ability to go to our clients. We have some of our clients are in Washington, some are in Arkansas. We've done some work for people in Iowa. So in Texas. Yeah. So with the RV, we can, go to our clients, and then part of our expenses in doing that is then a business write-off. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That we can do that. And I'm sure there's probably other tax things and benefits that we have that our accountant better understands, that we just rely on him to help us get all figured out when the tax return comes. Because I'm not as super familiar with all the the accounting and the tax laws and things like that, but I know there are programs out there for small business RVers and some great resources for folks to get connected with to help them with that. And I guess just the flexibility of being able to not be confined to an office, and we don't have coworkers that we have to deal with or be around that we, maybe don't quite get along with, and we don't see the same four walls all the time. Mm-hmm. So just being mobile in general just, offers those nice perks.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Where do you plan to head on your next journey?
Well, right now we are in Arkansas visiting the Workamper News office again. And shortly after this, we're heading down to Texas and going to see my brother for a week or so and his family. And then we're heading to Arizona to see some friends there for a week or so. And then we're going to go up through California and see the Yosemite and Redwoods. And I've got some cousins that live in San Francisco, and we're going to try and see them. And then head back up to Washington. So
yeah, we haven't driven all the way up Highway 101 yet along the coast, so I'm looking forward to doing that.
You'll love that. Yes. Yay. This is a great time of year to be doing that too, with the leaves changing. It'll be a very colorful trip.
Yeah, I
hope so. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's fun, even going to the same parts of the country, different times of year. You get to enjoy all the seasons.
Right. And do you have any last-minute advice for people who might be considering entering the RV lifestyle and wondering whether they can afford to do so?
Whew. Yeah. I mean, if it's something you want to make happen, you definitely can. There's definitely resources out there to help support you with that. And Workamper News, of course, is one of them. But
I'd say the least... the less debt you have when you go into it, the better off you're going to be. The less stress you'll be under to make things happen. So that's, definitely something that helped me. I get bogged down and stressed out by debt for sure. But work camping, there's so many different ways to be a work camper. We're technically work campers, even though we're working in our own company. We do it from our RV, so we are work campers. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't just have to be working in a campground, but you can do that. And if you want to start out small, just go try and do a season at a campground that's close by to where you live now and try it out, see how it goes. But there's so many different opportunities out there. Just go out and have an adventure. You could go count gators at a in the Everglades, or be a attendant at a ride in an amusement park, or be a server at a brewery, or
yeah, absolutely. I think one of something that might be good for you to do just mentally as well. And whatever you do, you should do it with, your partner, your spouse, your family, whoever you're going to be traveling with, is to start kind of, make that bucket list if you haven't already. Think about the places you've always wanted to see and experience, and, get it written out or print out pictures of that and start putting them up in areas that you frequent, bathroom, mirror, things like that. That way you have that visual to work towards.
Make that vision dream board.
Yeah, when you see that and when you have that goal, your brain is going to start working and the universe will start making connections for you to make that happen. So, just set the goals and work towards them.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate the time. It's a great story, great adventure. I'm glad you guys are having fun on the road and off, and using your RV just to maybe not live in it full time anymore, but still to continue the adventures and have fun along the way.
Absolutely. Yeah. Part-time or full-time RV, there's no wrong way to do it.
Oh, how I wish I had the opportunity to live, work, and play from a recreation vehicle when I was in my 20s and 30s. If I had my life to live over again, I would certainly seek a business or job that would give me that flexibility to travel the country, enjoy the scenery and the cultures, and expose my children to all of that as well. I'd like to thank Jody and Luke Duquette for sharing their story with us today. I think they are a typical millennial couple who simply decided that they wanted to take advantage of technology that enables them to work professional jobs from the road. I know they are tied to Workamper News, but like they said, there are many other people their age living their dreams of full-time RV travel. So much has changed in the past 10 years that it is very easy to work from the road. I have personally talked to several hundred families who are RVing full-time. Some run businesses from their RVs, some work remotely for companies, some work might be called typical work camping jobs. They are all making it a reality with the help of Workamper News. Whether it's running a business from your RV or working short-term jobs for a variety of employers, Workamper News can give you information to help you plan a course to live your own dream and get you on the road faster than you thought possible. For more information about opportunities to live, work, and play in your RV, visit www.workampernews.com. This episode is sponsored by the National RV Training Academy in Athens, Texas. The Academy's 1-week live training or home study course will teach you everything you need to know to fix about 80% of the problems people experience with their RVs. You can also sign up for additional training to become an RV inspector, campground technician, or to provide mobile RV service. For more information, visit www.nrvta.com. That's all we have for today's special Thanksgiving show. On behalf of the entire team at Workamper News, we are especially thankful today and every day for your support and enthusiasm. It's a nice feeling to be able to help people make their own dreams come true. We'll see you next week on the Workamper Show, where we'll be speaking with Brian McGuinn from Southeast Publications about opportunities to work sales jobs across the country. Thanks for listening.